Hello everyone, welcome back again. Thank you for following my videos. If you're watching all the videos, we have learned multiple concepts like we have learned the blocks, we have learned how to write the Terraform codes, we have learned how to define the variables, how to get the output from the variable. And this one's going to be very interesting videos because in this video we will be discussing about the TFVAR file of Terraform. So in this video, we will be discussing about the TFVAR file. So first of all, as always, let me create the new folder first. So I'm going to create the new folder TFVAR, let's suppose. And if I go to this folder and let me open the Visual Studio Code. So this is pretty new folder. There is nothing inside this folder. And the best practice if I talk about in the industry, like what is the need to create the TF-var file? The best practice in the industry, if you're writing a code, let's suppose you write a code of 300 lines and you are now sharing your code with some other teammate. You do not want the other teammate to go inside your code and changing the value. What does I mean? Let's suppose I created one file, it's called variable.tf. In this file I will write all the variables. Then I define another file, let's suppose I call it output.tf. In this file I will output the variables which will be in the variable file. So let's start defining the variable. So I'm going to define a variable called, let's suppose, first var. This is my first variable and this will be a string type. This is my first variable, let's suppose, and just I'm going to copy again and I will say second var, just to very simply I define you to second. Now, and I can simply go to the output and I can say, okay, output block, you have to show the value of first var, and the value you will be referencing will be from first. Sorry, I told you if you want to reference var dot first var, that was the let's make it different. You can call it first var output. Same thing go for the other block. You can just write another and you can say second var output. Okay, output, and you can give reference the value from second var. This is you route two different variable, and if I run it, gonna run as we normally run the Terraform code. So let's try this first and then we will go to the next step. So let me quickly clear the screen, and if I just type Terraform plan, so creating multiple file, it's not problem. You can see like first var output read from the first variable, second var output read from the second variable. But this is not the good practice in the real industry, because in the real industry, if this is 100 lines of code, you do not want your developer comes here and just write the default value. I mean, modifying your code. Nobody wants the modification of the code in the real time, so we never give the default value. So let me exclude this out. But if I exclude this and if I run this again, it will again keep asking the value on the at input type. I want to define the value in the code. So a Terraform for this particular reason created a very special file. This file called terraform.tfvars, and make sure always the extension of this file will remain tfvars. If you write any other extension, maybe tfvar, it will not fulfill the purpose what we are trying to do here. So the beauty of this file, tfvar file, is you don't need to define the default value in this inside your code. Just think like that. It's like a configuration file where you can give a key value pair. So it will be easy for a known techie guy, a known developer guy, just to come to this file. And so let's suppose I have these two variable. What I will first, I will go and I will copy the variable there. So I got both variable, and if I need to assign the value to this variable, simply I will go, I will write this is the first variable and I will write this is the second variable. Now it is very simple. This is how we work in the real production world. We never go and edit the actual code. The code remains there. We always go this terraform.tf var file and define the value. I mean the the define the assign the string to our variable from this particular file, and it's very easy to understand for a non-techie guy as well. And now if I run Terraform plan, so let's see what's gonna happen. So you can see it's coming from the first and it's coming. So the output is still reading. For output, it's getting the value from this. So now how it is working? First, output say, okay, I have a var, I have to reference the value. Reference from first var. It comes from here. First var says, okay, there is a TFVAR file. See if the value is defined. And it come here and see, oh yeah, the value is there, and it shows the value here. This is how the code works in the real production world. Now let me show you the real benefit of this, like why we normally use this. So let's suppose I have two variable. This variable is called dev and this variable is called production prod. I have these two variable. I'm just talking about a real real environment. We have a dev environment, we have a production environment. So you can come here and you can just give, maybe you can call this is a dev environment. This is the dev environment. And just notice one thing, I'm not giving the value of production environment right now. So let me for now just comment it out. Okay, just one variable, I'm giving the value, and for the output, let's comment this out, and I'm saying, okay, just show me the output of dev output, and you need to reference the value from dev. Okay, so it's getting the value from dev, and I call it dev output. It's an option, you can call it anything. So now if I go and just write Terraform plan, again simple, it will go there and it will say, hey, this is the dev environment. Now remember, now the beauty, I'm gonna show you. I'm defining a single variable. The variable is called, let's suppose called something else, env, let's suppose environment. Okay, and I need to make change here, env, and let's call it maybe environment. I just change the identifier name so it remains clear what we are doing. I'm not going to use the second variable. In one variable, I will show you the magic. So it's not getting the value right now. Var dot, okay, there is a mistake. env, that was the block name, env. So let me cancel this, clear the screen, Terraform plan. Again, it's not reading. Let me clear the screen, var.env, and environment output. And if I go there, okay, yeah, I didn't define the value here. That's why it was asking the value env. And if I run the Terraform again, this is the dev environment. Now suppose if you want, you tested your code in the dev environment and you want to go in the production environment, you don't need to write another block of code, you don't need to create different file for the production environment. I'm going to use the same file for production environment. What you need to do, you just need to create another simple web configuration, you can call it a web configuration type file, and call it production tf file. Give it a value, okay, it's environment, and this is from production environment. Okay, and now when you're running the Terraform plan, if I run the Terraform plan, by default, it will go to this file Terraform TFVAR, and it will read the content of this, because by default Terraform always go to this Terraform.tfvar file. This is a pre-packaged file in the Terraform, you can call it. So I don't want to read from Terraform to read from this file. I want Terraform to read from production file, this file. So what I will call, I will say Terraform, okay, when you're running the plan command, just do one thing, for var file, read it from production.tfvars. I'm instructing Terraform, okay, do not read from this file. Now read from this file. And if I run enter, you're gonna see this is from production environment. My variables remain one. I didn't define multiple variable. My output file remain one. I'm using the same code. The first time when I run the code, it goes in the dev environment, and now when I'm running the code, it goes in the production environment. This is how in the real world we use Terraform. We don't write the code multiple times. We just use one single code. We first test the code in the dev environment, and once the testing is completed, we are good to go in the production. Then we go and run the same code using a different production TFVAR file in the production environment. I hope you got this. If not, just leave the comment or message. I will try to answer as soon as I can. Thank you. Bye bye.